So my friends, are we online now? So let's just wait for some to join in spontaneously, like super super spontaneously. So guys, it's really late and I just wanted to come online because I saw the performance of the TNT boys. So as you may know, in the last past comments that I made on my comment section, I spoke about that I currently will not make any reaction videos regarding the TNT boys at the moment because a lot of the reaction stuff gets striked. And after Rebecca, vocal athlete, stated in a video that she got a copyright block, she got a copyright strike, and you know every channel just has free opportunities until they get striked. So yeah, I decided I will not react anymore to their commercial appearances. But yeah, so I of course I follow and I look about what everything that's going on. So I watched all the performance of I'm Telling You, and I watched today the performance of yeah, it's really sad, a flashlight. Oh my god. I honestly have to tell that I just had to come online now, guys, to support you and to cheer you up, you know. I think the main problem here was that a lot of these shows in the USA have a lot to do with politics as well, right? So first of all, the first thing that I think was really bad was that they have 7 grown-ups competing against 3 children. And I think this is a major mistake, right? I think this is actually, that's where everything starts wrong. You cannot let 3 teenager children compete against full-grown men, right? Also, yeah, Mars TV just said it. Guys, you have to understand that TV is scripted. If you don't know it by now, then I tell you it. I'm happy to tell you it myself, because I myself come from Germany. I work in the music entertainment industry, and if you saw my video about me speaking about my time with Universal Music, a lot of things are scripted. 99% is scripted. People usually know that they are not going to win. I'm just going to tell you very shortly, I received from the manager of The Voice Germany in 2013-14 an invitation to go into the show without making the auditions prior and just go directly into the shows. Many people, singers in the music entertainment industry it's scripted. They just go into the show, they don't do any auditions. Some of them know they're not going to win, right? Yeah, so first thing, I believe that the boys already knew that this was scripted, they were not about to win, right? And then I think, and this is now my personal opinion, I'm not sure if I'm going to say it, but I'm going to say it this way. In every show, there has to be different nationalities to compete with each other. Black Lives Matter is a big topic currently in the USA. In Germany, racism is a big topic. So what happened in the last The Voice Germany, they let a foreigner win, which happened also frequently because many countries, many of those commercial competitions, they have to make sure that has also a political clean status, you know. That I think that's also can be, of course, a thing as well, because it's because no one would have let 7 grown-ups compete with 3 children, right? And so this is the thoughts that I have about this as well. That would make sense. I don't think they were used for the views and ratings, because a lot of all of them that are compete there are used for views and ratings. I mean, in the end of the day, it is good for the TNT boys because they have a USA platform where they can put themselves out there. You cannot forget about this, guys. This is a very big chance that they have now, that they also have this. This is just the start that they actually have. And they have the chance now to get more successfully within the USA and establish themselves better. I think another problem what was in the show is also that their voices are currently changing. So it's just a matter of time if they would could keep up on the long run. Because if you participate on a show like this is just my thoughts about everything that can happen in the back. If you have teenagers that break into puberty, it can get tough for them currently being in a TV show because their voices are, for example, perhaps not really stable, which was the performance was really good. There's again nothing to say, but we're thinking about the long term, right? Because it works now, but will it work tomorrow? Because when puberty hits, you know how it is for many men. It's a roller coaster within a small period of time until the voice is back to normal again, right? So this can also be something what the management said, we're not going to take any further risks by competing in that show because currently some of them are getting unstable in their voice breaks, for example. And this would be a very smart decision to make because you would have be very under pressure in the long term and that could be difficult for the voice. Um, I was very, very sad. Let me look into the comments. I was almost about to stop, honestly. I was very sad because just because I didn't react frequently, I will continue to react to them. There's no doubt about it. It's just careful with those James Corden shows because they are all can lead to strikes and just, you know how it is, right? Um, I think the Flashlight song, as much as I liked them, I don't really think it. They had so many good songs. I think, and I'm telling you, I'm not gonna go. It was very good. It was very tight. It was very neat. It was really flawless. They really took the maximum out of it. I think Flashlight is okay, but I think they can do more. So, what do you think about the Flashlight performance? Let me know your thoughts. They look very sad in the performance. When they started already go into the show, they were already knowing a little bit. I think, well, we are speculating right now that nowadays it's hard to fool people, right? But they looked a little bit sad, and they looked a little bit like they know because the way that they are kind of were holding each other. I mean, you only hold someone like this when you know it's actually the end, right? Uh, it is a great achievement. Also, I went into the performance of Naturally Seven, and a guy posted there, who is here to compare the two performances with each other? And I'm like, yeah, I give you a like, man. That was exactly what just happened. Because I'm like, I remember Naturally Seven from somewhere, somewhat 10 years ago or what. I have no idea who they are. I didn't even know why they are the world's best there. Because, guys, there are some Chinese people coming up that make some really cool martial art. And I'm like, yeah, they deserve to be there. But this is like a typical pentatonics could have done that same act beautifully. If pentatonics is at the world's best, I would be like, yeah, sure, it's actually kind of the same. That doesn't mean that they have done a bad performance, but the problem is that you are viewing at this from a standpoint of emotion because we're not really naturally doing this neutrally, we're doing this really emotionally. Yeah, so I looked at the Natural Seven performance. Yes, it was solid, but it's not spectacular. Of course, I think personally that the TNT boys were much more spectacular. Come on, because just the thought of having three boys there singing on I'm Telling You I'm Not Gonna Go Anywhere, Flashlight. um Maybe perhaps if they have choose the Ariana Grande song like Bang Bang or something. You never let compete children to grown up. It's scripted. That's already the fact that, it's just like, no. But that's like this. I also highly think you know what the problem is, these competitions are not there for you or me to win. They are there for the TNT boys to make promotion in the USA. Guys, you don't have to forget this. This is not about winning. This is about getting a foundation and a fan base in the USA. And winning will perhaps will win someone that spies fire and makes some martial art tricks, because that's like a really physical task, and people don't acknowledge that the voice is a physical task, that is a vocal athlete task where you have to work really hard. They think a physical task have to be, sorry that I'm saying Chinese guys just because they're really talented in doing kung fu, and I see this a lot in here. So probably this will be an act that probably win by the end of this. This is what I always think about those kind of world's best, right? It's a little bit superficial, you know what I mean? You need to let compete children with children. That's the only thing that makes sense. Not grown men to young boys. Not grown men to young boys. Who is doing this? Who's doing this? This is scripted, guys, and we all know it. I mean, come on, that makes so much. Just seeing this, and when I looked at this, I could not understand why I see those seven. I said, who's naturally seven? Why I see seven on the stage? Believe me, they must have feel also not really fair about this as well. I would feel if there would be a 10 or 12 or 13, 4-year-old, you know how I would feel as a grown-ass woman? This is ridiculous. I would hate myself. What am I doing? I'm competing against them. It's like this. This is unfortunately the reality of this. What is X'd? So the manager of the TNT boys posted that Kiefer's whistle was X'd. What does that mean? And that I'm not familiar with that word, honestly, because you know that I'm from Germany, so some words are not really familiar. Ratings. Well, that doesn't matter anymore to us. I'm not really watching those kind of shows. Well, I watch Dimash because I think it's also interesting. He's a really vocal athlete as well. And seven, natural seven, yeah, it was a solid performance, nothing special. I don't say pentatonics are way better than naturally seven. I just think that in terms of finding a group that does what naturally seven does, I don't think that this format belongs to the world's best. I think belongs to the world's best are extraordinary talents, and what they are actually doing is they're using percussion, they're using their own voices as sound systems basically and sing over it. So it's, for me, pentatonics or natural seven, this is the basic same subject what they're doing. If one of them is doing it better, I really couldn't care less about it. But I mean, as a Fach, as a subject, that's the same. But I don't think this subject belongs there, because what I think is there is a 9-year-old that was competing one time in a show as a classical singer. I think that's extraordinary, because 9-year-olds don't sing classical or Mio Babio or what was the name of that girl. So I think there are some other singers like the Dimash. Now imagine yourself, you would bring naturally seven, compete against Dimash. Well, that would be, in terms of musically, not really, that would make no sense, right? That's what I'm referring to naturally seven. I couldn't care less about them or pentatonics as much as I like them, you know. They just ripped off the kids as if they were robbed. Well, I wouldn't say it, because the kids are really majorly having a big success, and from a moralic standpoint, every child in the entertainment industry is always robbed, so it doesn't matter what. But I think for them, this show is not about to win. This show is about to get popular in America. Yeah, so let me know if you think that the song Flashlight was the right chosen song. So you guys write right now in the comment section that you think that this was scripted as well, yeah. So Who of you guys think that was scripted? Just drop in a yes, okay? Because I want to know. Mm, exactly. Nothing is a surprise anymore with those competition. They were holding their tears back while singing. I think that their performance, despite of what they felt, was very professional because Francis was crying in the end, and Maggie and Kiefer were highly professional because I was crying. I'm a grown ass woman, and I probably would have cried on stage as well. But they didn't cry, and that is spectacular because that is how professionally they are. That they didn't cry, they got themselves together, and then only Francis was the one that was a little bit teary. And I think that this speaks a lot for them. I mean, they are professionals, right? So they already know what they are doing. Yeah. So it's sad. It's sad. It's really sad. I also, it's like this. Like I said, it can be a lot of things. Can be because of vocal health reasons, because they are vocally probably not unstable in terms of puberty change, not in terms of their vocal, in terms of their change. It's getting perhaps a little bit shaky. People are not sure. Will this work on the long term? Is it better we take them out now? Because it's now is the best moment to take them out because they have an enormous success. They are on the peak of their career. They are on the peak of their career, and if they would take them out now, it would still be smarter than waiting until Mackie is fully into puberty break and then Kiefer. You know what I mean? So I think this was rather a smarter choice to say, you know what, we're gonna compete there. We're gonna see how far we can go, what we can do, and before it really gets unstably vocally. This is just me speaking from my ideas that how this could work. Because if I would have a student that would do that show, I would make it like this. I would say, let's see how far you can go, how stable is your voice, and then if we have the feeling that on the long run it wouldn't work out, we're gonna withdraw you from that competition, and you still are no failure because you succeeded brilliantly, right? Um, yeah, yeah, I saw the performance of Daniela from Kazakhstan, and I have a lot of people requesting and asking for Daniela, and we had her. I think 1 year ago, I did a video about her. I didn't know against who she was competing as well. I'm not sure if there any kind of kids will be coming. Yeah, that's the problem with different judges. I don't, you guys really believe that those judges have something to say? Well, except for that one guy that we're speaking about, Dimash, but those judges there, they have no function, only to be a decoration. Guys, we're talking about an American show. You have to be now really open up. This is an American show, and this is not about judging them or giving their opinion. These guys are there for decoration from different countries because some guys have nothing to do there. Oh, I could be sitting there as an expert, you know what I mean? So some of them are, well, yeah, this is ridiculous actually. Yeah, so thank you everyone for watching. Let me know how you feel about it. So, 7 grown men needed this show. They already lost it. Honestly, as much as I respect, I know nothing about them, so I'm not gonna say it, but I don't really think that this format belongs there. Because I think we saw already this kind of things in other shows. I would think it would be much more cooler if 7 kids would do that. Like 7 kids would do a beatboxing and then rapping, kind of style. That would be interesting. But I think, well, it's not bad. It's of course was everything nice. Um, yeah. It's sad, guys, but it's sad, it's not the end, and it's not the end in America. Things, it means that they cut Kiefer's whistle. Well, I from the last performance or from this? Exactly like Mio Media Manila is the same right now. Let me just read it out. Which okay. Yeah, I think naturally seven exactly kisses 0 3. Naturally seven should compete to pentatonics. That would be cool. And then let compete with the TNT boys. And then you have kids, and if they would have made it with the same fach, with the same subject, that would be kind of cool actually. But you have to understand, guys, that these shows are not there to win, and oftentimes, and I can tell you this from own experiences of friends in the entertainment industry, a lot of shows are pre-recorded. A lot of shows people know that you're gonna win and not. Um, and then first of all, how many winners can you remember from America's Got Talent? I don't remember any of them. I don't remember from Germany any winner from Germany's Got Talent because it's not about the winner. It's just about generating views for the show. This is a show generating views so the TV can make money out of it, and that's how TV shows are working. It's not about the artist, you know. Yeah. So we are agreeing on this. $1 million is the grand prize. I don't think they will easily give it to a non-American citizen. Andy, I think it's right, and I think that $1 million go to natural seven because I'm gonna test the more very important fact because of apparently America has problems. I think it's like this. I don't want to speak on this channel about politics, but like I said before, at The Voice, it has to win an Asian guy. One time it has to win a German girl. One time it has to win a Russian one. You know, we have to create diversity in television, or otherwise we are racist. And that's what we do in Germany a lot. That's what I always preach. And I think that perhaps this month or this year, that's not gonna be Dimash, because, you know, that that is my opinion. But that's a different thing. So this is television. Mm. Philippines versus America. The shows are guys. It's about generating views, right? And this is what how the shows. It's about generating views. By the way, I have a picture of the TNT boys here, um, and because I really enjoyed, I would really love to see them again. Say something here about I get a lot of not coaching them. I had this wonderful lesson with them, but they have a vocal coach which and I want to make this clear because I don't want to be an asshole that says I coach them every day. That is not the truth. The truth is we had a great time, and I offered them my services. I offered them my support for free. I offer them whatever they need an expert in vocal health, in lessons, in Skype. I am happy to serve you because that's how I would love to give my support. And so that's just that they have a coach there, and at the World's Best, they are having their in-house vocal coaches for the show. Um, so that's also the thing. Okay, I will check it a minute 19. Someone what was let me know, Melody. What? I think Dimash was winning the singer. What? Who won this? Now I'm a little bit confused because I was sure that Dimash won the competition. Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah. So that's the thing, and there's a lot of those decisions that have to be made. Knowing from Germany that I know that politics are a major topic when it comes to those shows because they want to have. That's just thoughts that I'm throwing in this because I think that I think that like people like Dimash, for example, these are really extraordinary talents in their terms style, you know, young children like TNT boys with a big vocal range, stuff like this. Show around the world has this, right? So we have the same problem, and we have the same things about it. So it's and people on TV love people on TV like stories. People on TV like to see that they are before that it was really hard. Germans love to blend in those struggle stories, and I know that in American TV it's the same because it generates view. It makes you sympathize with the artist that had I don't know had a life terrible word story, and sometimes these kind of stories can be used to generate views, and it doesn't really help the artist. So many things going on, so don't be sad about it. Um, well, I wouldn't say that American vocalists are not so good. I think that the Germans are terrible. There is forget Germany because in German the language the spoken give you enough opportunity to use full registers. So I'm gonna tell you that already. This is another topic already, and my mentor from Australia always speaks about that it makes a big difference where you come from, what's your natural language, and how did you grow up, and that is a big major major for your vocal success. Okay, that the TNT boys sing again the world's best. Well, let's see for now. Perhaps it's not. Well, I don't think Dimash will not win either. I think that if I would be Dimash, I would not go to a show like this. No way. Because this shows need you. Dimash don't need to be to a show like this because Dimash get popular over the internet, basically now. Over seeing all of those reaction videos, I heard someone else recommended and reacted or whatever, and this is what happened a lot of times in the last past year, because people were a lot, right? As that, but I don't. The first time when I heard that Dimash is going to compete in that show, I was like, why is he even doing that? He really don't need that. Really don't need to be judged by anybody because they're really, really good. It's exactly Stout and Lover. It's a still good exposure for all of them, and that's what it's all about. That is nice. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad, right? I will make tomorrow a proper reaction and go through, but I will not use the. I'm so sorry because I don't want to risk. As you see, I'm happy to go online and then speak and do, but like no chance. The point of the show is to generate views, so the people can make money out of that. Oh, yeah. I hope that you tune in for tomorrow, because tomorrow evening I'm gonna make a video about TNT boys, and also give my thoughts clarity. So we are just speculating. A lot of thoughts going on, speculating. I don't work there, right? I'm just giving history works. That's what I. And this is of course not to mean to harm everyone because I don't want to come across like someone. But I know that in fact that it's a lot of vocal health perhaps also a thing. But yeah, it's all about ratings exactly. Okay, why not Dimash? Guys, you have honestly when it like I said before, when it comes to those shows, I think that people are over consumed by other in those shows. Voice, X Factor, talent. I mean, how many times does a singer won? A lot of times, let's say 90% perhaps. I'm not an expert. because I don't watch those shows, I just see in the internet, but I think that the majority of the singers won. So I think a world's best talent, people like to see physical stuff. They like to see people dance. They like to see people doing physically activities like those Chinese Kung Fu Shaolin masters, or like a guy that goes on the stairs and then climbs there. That's what I get from the shows most of the time. And this is for people something like, whoa, I couldn't do this physically. And I think that something like this in this format will win. This is my thoughts. This is just purely from the TV shows. I think that Dimash is going to be eliminated too, yeah. I think so. It was the first one since when I received the first time the invitation from the Voice in Germany, to go there to compete in the shows while I was already doing music. I was the first one that said, there's no the world that I go on a TV show and get myself judged by 4 other idiots. And I'm sorry to tell you that, guys. First of all, I think you shouldn't do that. You don't need that. If you want to have a career and strive to be in a career, then you don't need to go on a show, and because it's pre-scripted, and even if you win, it doesn't make no difference. How many winners do really get successfully out of the shows? In Germany, no one, because the budget to create an artist out of that show doesn't exist. It's all about using that person, making views out of it, feeding the TV show, generating views, and then let the people drop like hot potatoes. Because it's not about building a career for the artist. For the artists think that this is the platform for them, but most of the time they disappear after the show. No one really cares if you won the 2nd or 3rd place, so why would you ever need it? It doesn't make any difference. You know what makes difference is to build a business build a portfolio, get in touch with producers, record a single, make a branding strategy, and you don't need those shows. You really wouldn't need that, believe me that. So I think also that they didn't really seem so confident as well. Yeah, that's true. So I would not go there on a show, even if I would have win my. I want to have that stress. I would, if I will consulting people is something else, but I don't want to go back into that stress as a younger singer in the industry. I would have never done it again. It's mentally, this is torture for you. This was torture for the TNT boys too. They kept the smile. How do you think they felt inside going out of the round in front of the whole audience of American television? This is hurtful, and this takes a moment or two to digest. But these kids are already established, so it's easier. It's just a platform for them. But for some other people, it can harm them forever. Because if you are not already have a platform and you're not an established singer, it can break you. Yeah. Yeah, my friends, that's what's happening. That's what's going on. Um, I don't know so much about the American ones, but I can definitely tell you about Germany, that because I lived in Germany, I just moved out 2 years myself, worked. I just spoke yesterday with the producer from, what is her name? Sarah Larson. What did he, Clean Band that he produced? He produced Janice Glynn or something, Jesselyn Glynn. Well, we had a little long conversation because I'm about to make an online course for them, and we were speaking exactly about this, about about the music industry, how broken it is and how it doesn't make any sense actually in TV, and this is all pre-scripted. People are there to lose basically, and it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, even if you win or not, it doesn't make any difference. I can tell you one thing. I'm sure that you remember the ever first winner of, I don't know, Philippines Idol or America's Got Talent. But do you know how many talent has? I don't know, 13, 14, 15 every year. Then there's X Factor. How many of the winners do you really remember? Very rarely, right? America, UK is different because they have money for artist development, but I'm sure other countries don't have that money. In Germany, all the girls fusion with each other. Sony, they had to come together. They had to fusion. There was no money anymore. Records labels like that's the truth. Yeah. Guys, don't be sad. I know that you guys. This is why I wanted to come online because I know how you feel and that you cheer up, and I know how dedicated the TNT boys supporting groups are, how much they love the TNT boys. As you may know, I went to their concert. I went to their first concert. I flew over to Manila to see them singing live, performing live, and I was there also Manila for a workshop that I've done with Kandungan. If you want to donate something to the children of Philippines to get them a better education that live on the streets, always go to my info box. There is the link for Kandungan that helps and supports them. And I went there to see them, and I loved the performance. I was grow. It was a really beautiful experience. I'm sad for them. So don't be devastated because this is not the end. This is just the beginning in another country. They are established already in Asia, and they will be established much more. Yeah, they will have still continue their success, and let's see what is more to come. Let's wait until they are in their puberty and in how much this will affect them, and if everything will be fine, stuff like that. Yeah. Um, what if Morissette joined World's Best? Yeah, but I think World's Best is really about those. I think the shows are not for singers. I think it's guys that can, do crazy things with their body and then put fire inside and fires up everywhere. I don't really think this is a competition for singer. Like, yeah, in my opinion, I don't think that this is. I think that they should go to America's Got Talent, perhaps. Michael Jackson went through puberty. Okay. Yeah, but Michael Jackson was manipulating with a very high pitched voice. He was always speaking with a very high. We speak naturally. We do speak a little bit more with a high. That happens naturally. Yeah. Okay, so guys, I will go back to sleep. I'm so sorry. I will go back to sleep and tell you that I'm feeling with you. I was almost trying to and yeah, so let's just continue and see what will happen. Perhaps maybe they come back while like that. Who knows? You don't know what the guys behind marketing are planning. So why you disable comments when you react to an video? Manji, I'm so sorry that I disable videos, but I don't like to be humiliated and reduced a lot of Indian. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, especially on those videos. I've got a lot of harassment. I've got a lot of nasty. I've got a lot of people that write me nasty to disable the comments in the Indian section. I do receive very nice messages from people, but there's a lot. When there's a big channel, then a lot of people write you different kind of stuff, and not everything is all about educational or nice things. It's all right. Of course, I will continue, and I'm also really sad, but perhaps they will fall in the head. We don't know. Right. Well, I could ask the management because I'm writing with them, but I don't want to be that person. Hey, was this script? Why are they not competing? I could guess why, but it's just it's none of my business also anymore. It's I don't want to be like those sneaky ass person and do you have fever? You look very hot. Thank you so much, dear. Okay, my friends. So I wish you good night. Everything will be fine. Don't worry about it. I'm sending a lot of kisses and hugs to you. I hope I see you in my next videos. Yeah, there are a lot of other stuff from the Philippines. Support my other videos. That would help me immensely. If you don't want to book my vocal lessons, which you really should do because this is going to be very helpful for you. If you don't want to book them or you cannot book them financially, because this is always a luxury, it would immensely help me by clicking and viewing the other videos, because everything that is not Filipino content is always like, I don't know if I want not Katrina Velarde. It's good and it's interesting and perhaps you can get value out of that video even though it's not Katrina or Morizat or Dimash or TNT Boys, so you would make a big difference in helping me that if you perhaps say, okay, I don't want to buy a t-shirt from Tania, but you can also help me by sending $1 to Kanlungan and help the Filipino kids on the street, right? And you didn't pay nothing for me, you just really paid for them, or you watched view my video, which are not monetized anyway. Yeah. Okay, so guys, I leave you here. I wish you a good night. And is this a transgender me? How did you know? You guessed right. Well, my mom's speaking like a man. Oh, you're so funny. I could have really looked like it. I mean, with my makeup, I always say I look like a fish without makeup. You see, that's how the comments, I mean, what are you doing here? I and for voice coaches, yes, they exist a lot in the UK, Singapore as well, those Singapore coaches. And there are also a lot of those conferences and unions and stuffs in UK and America. And so much, but in Singapore, there's a teacher table here. So I wish you a good night. I see you my next day, and yeah, please enjoy. And tomorrow I will post another video of the TNT boys explaining some stuff. Okay, guys, don't like and put that notification bell on so you won't miss any video. Hashtag weaponize your voice. This boys was already. Okay, and they will continue doing it. Okay, bye bye everyone. So wish you a good night.